The Mill Basin Drawbridge is set to be demolished. Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Monday, November 23rd, 2015, and I want you to get one more last look at the Mill Basin Drawbridge before they demolish it. You may remember that back on March 31st, 2013, I did a video about this, but since then they have actually moved in all the equipment. They have cleared out the land around the bridge, and they are actually set to start rerouting traffic shortly. So I figured I would go out yesterday, Sunday, on a cloudy, dismal New York day in November and do the photography. So let's get started. Let me show you a few things. Here on the left you can see what I believe is original wooden railing for the walkway itself. And this bridge only has a walkway on the east side. There is no walkway on the west side. This bridge was actually constructed back in 1942, and it is said to have outlived its usefulness both in design and in structure. You can see that you can ride a bike across the walkway, although there is a sign that says bikers must walk their bikes across, which I will show you later on. Here you can see the roadway itself. Note that the guardrail here is not original. Believe it or not, when this highway was built, there was no guardrail, and it caused a lot of serious head-on accidents, which we'll discuss later. Here I turned the camera around facing eastbound, and you can see the way it looks coming off the bridge itself. You may notice right here, you can see the demarcation line from the bridge to the parkway. The Bell Parkway is in super good condition. It's been repaved from end to end. Here you can see where some of the deterioration starts on the bridge itself, especially on the walkway. Wait till we get up to that. These are steel plates covering the original concrete sidewalk because the entire walkway has crumbled underneath and fallen right through. So if these plates were not here, you would fall down into the water below. And later on we'll go underneath and I'll show you what that looks like. These are the traffic lights to signal when the bridge is raised, and this is an active bridge and it does go up. Often, I shouldn't say often, but quite a few times the bridge has gotten stuck in the raised position, creating monumental traffic jams. Here you can see some of the blacktop is breaking away from one of the steel plates, and these plates also cover holes in the roadway itself that are through. Here you can see what it looks like from the bridge looking down. These plankings here are also covering through holes, and soon you'll see some advanced stages of decay right here. Here's another look at the roadway itself. Keep in mind, like I told you earlier, this guardrail was not always here. It was very common for cars to jump and hit other vehicles head on. This is looking down. This is what I think is a storage utility room, which is always locked. Here you can see the wooden deck on the lift span itself, which was reconstructed in 2006. There is a pleasure craft underneath. When larger boats go under, of course, the bridge has to be raised. This is the bridge deck, the iron plate deck, actually diamond plate, I guess you'd call it, and it makes that noise when cars go over it, and you can see the water below. This is where the bridge tender stays, and he was there when I was there that day, which was yesterday, and they're there, I believe, 24 hours a day, because you never know when this bridge needs to be raised. There's another look at the bridge tender's office. That's his doorway. I'd really like to have gotten in there. Now here you'll see something interesting. Notice how there's some concrete barriers here. The reason for this is, as you can see, there's a curve in the road, and cars were coming around too fast and jumping onto the sidewalk, which could kill people. Also, about a year ago, One guy came around so fast, he went airborne over the railing and into the drink. And I'll show you more about that as we go on. It's a design flaw right here. Right here. When they come around, if they hit here, it acts like a ramp and sends them right off into the drink. There's another look. You can see how they cleared out the land on the right side here in preparation for swinging all the traffic over to the brand new bridge that they're going to construct, and it will not be a drawbridge. This is the only drawbridge on the entire Bell Parkway. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but I'll get a close-up of it later. Maybe one of you guys can tell me. I think it has to do with surveying, but I'm not sure. This, you can see they cleared out all this land next to the bridge. It used to be dense foliage like you see back here. These are where the bridge tenders park their cars and they walk up to their booth. Here you can see what I was telling you earlier. Look at the Bell Parkway itself. It's all repaved and like brand new, smooth as silk. Only the drawbridge and also the Plum Beach Bridge is in bad condition and being reconstructed, and it's a little bit back here. I'm actually surprised they're doing both projects at once. I figured they'd finish one before they started the other. This is how it looks as you're approaching the bridge. Here's another example of one of these sloped concrete railings that could easily launch a car right into the drink. See that? There's a steel plate covering a hole in the left lane. Here you can see some advanced decay, both on the concrete and on the metal itself. There's the sign I told you earlier that nobody obeys. All the bikers I saw on Sunday, only one of them walked his bike across. Traffic lights which signal that the bridge is in fact not raised right now. Looking down from the bridge, approaching the guard tower, we are heading eastbound now. These gates, of course, come down when the bridge is raised. Here you can see a better look at the bridge tender's tower. And that window was open and he was in there. Another look at his building. Here you can see the deck once again. Very interesting and very periodic. Here you can see the mesh where the two levels mesh together. I'm sure most of you guys know that the Bell Parkway is another Robert Moses highway, one of his many designs, and in some ways very, very picturesque. Again, steel plates. This is the expansion joint right here, and you can see that it's covering part of the expansion joint, I think because a piece of the steel broke off. This is looking down. This used to be all foliage down here. You may remember last year I walked down a narrow path. Now it's much easier to get down to. And we're going to be going down right now. Now we're heading down, and we're going to go actually under the bridge, and we're going to explore it. And I'm going to show you some of the deficiencies. This has always interested me. There's a large gap on both sides of the base of the bridge where it's obvious people have gone under. Now I would love, absolutely love to go in there, but I will not go in without one of those 1,000,000 candle watt power flashlights, and I had no flashlight on me. But let me tell you something, if I can get my hands on one in the next month or so, I'm going in. Here you can see the underside of the bridge. Remember, this is 1942 design. The concrete up here is already all eroding, and wait till you take a look at under here. You can clearly see large chunks of the sidewalk are missing. They've fallen through. Here you can see a lot of debris. There's a better look at the sidewalk that I was telling you. That's where we were just walking earlier. It's all missing and gone. Covered over by steel plating. A better look at that. The graffiti guys were here. And here. And here. Notice the rot. Better look at the undercarriage. And another. Yep. The old girl is definitely outlived her usefulness, and she's showing a lot of signs of wear. These are my footprints in the sand. It was low tide when I was there. This is the divider. That's also fallen through. This is a barge with a crane on it that's going to help reconstruct the new bridge and dismantle the old one. There's a temporary, I guess you'd call it a dock. You can actually walk out there. We'll check that out later. This is the other side of the bridge. And we're going to check out another one of those gaps that I seem to be enchanted with. Look at that. This is on the other side. I want to get in there. I really want to get in there with a powerful flashlight and just look around. Because you can tell people have been in there. I just want to know what they were doing. See? Here's another look. This is facing westbound. Westbound again. There's your barge. Here's the dock that we looked at earlier, where you can walk right out and walk right onto the barge itself. This is on the westbound side. There's your sidewalk that's fallen through. And again, the graffiti guys strike again. There's that device that I'm not sure what it is. It looks like it might have something to do with surveying, but if any of you engineers in the group want to jump in and tell me what that is, it would be most appreciated. There. There's a car bumper from one of the very many accidents on the bridge. Look at the bridge itself. And again. Guys, that is my last look forever at the Mill Basin Drawbridge. You know, guys, I'm really sorry to see this go. I mean it. I mean, I know it's unsafe. I agree that something needs to be done. But New York is going to construct another one of those boring concrete monoliths, just like the kind they have over by the Partygate Basin Bridge. If you've been on there lately, I mean, it's very, very well constructed. It's very safe, and it's designed to speed the traffic through. But it's just boring concrete. You know? I would really like to see the bridge decks made out of blacktop. They can have concrete as a base, but blacktop over it. And also some steel railings on the side, just to make it more photogenic. But anyway, that's me. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Mill Basin Drawbridge from a most unusual perspective. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, comment below. As always, remember, I'm Crazy New York Driver, and you are not. Thanks for watching. Rock on, guys.